Welcome to the channel, guys. I'm Red Cloud, bringing you some more Fantasy Life Online news, and we have just got a new server maintenance announcement, which is bringing some really good news, so we're going to check out what's going on in that. And if you do enjoy the video, please do hit like, and if you aren't already, please do subscribe to the channel as well. So earlier today, the server maintenance announcement dropped, giving us all these new details of upcoming content, giving us some Christmas presents early, and it actually looks pretty good to me. We are getting another new character, some more new gear, another Crusade event. I mean, give us a chance. Please, we've not even finished the current one. Give us a second to breathe. A new function coming, Holy Tower, which I will discuss in a little bit more detail in a bit, but that is just speculation because I haven't played JP before. But if it's like other tower aspects of gacha games, then we sort of know what to expect anyway. We've got another new pack coming, a Christmas login gift, Christmas limited top-up and consume event, which is going to just be all linked to you buy some diamonds, you spend some diamonds, you can get some rewards to it. So that one is going to be aimed at the paying players, giving them some extra rewards, which is very fine by me. I'm happy for players who pay money into the game to get some extra rewards. Otherwise, what would be the point of them putting in all that money? And then the bulletin board is going to get a Christmas update as well, which is just another way for all of us to get some more diamonds and some other little rewards as well. There'll probably be some dosh in there that you can get, and maybe, if we're lucky, the odd summoning token too. We can keep our fingers crossed. And then a little update at the bottom about optimizations, where they have fixed a displayed bug of gift box log and some translation optimization. No news on the crashing for iOS users just yet. Hopefully they're going to get to it soon, because I know a good number of people are struggling on iOS devices. I mean, you should have bought Android. That's not my fault. But they will release a patch for that in the future, so do not worry. So let's check out Snow anyway, and she looks damn good. She looks really, really good. Am I a little bit gutted now that I went ham on Glenn and used up most of my diamonds? A teensy little bit, but I've got Glenn and he's super powerful anyway. But Snow looks just as good, if not better. She is a new mercenary unit, obviously 5-star, and look at these stats. They are stacked. That attack stat, brilliant. Again, just like Glenn, really high attack stat, but her skills are a bit more team friendly. So let's check these out. Her passive skill, Snow White, significantly reduces charge time. So those charge moves, we've got to hold down the screen or hold down the click. They're not going to take nearly as long to charge up, which for me, that is brilliant. That's going to help out loads spamming or stronger moves instead of just having to do the 6-move combo and then maybe waiting to do one of your charge moves with potentially getting hit or having to dodge while you're charging up. She can get these charge moves out very, very quickly. Her second passive skill, Innocent Smile, I really, really like this one. It increases all team members' attack, magic attack, defense, and magic defense as well. So a very nice support buff for the whole team. Whereas with Glenn, he was just such a selfish unit. It was all me, me, me. She is helping out everyone with that one. And of course, it's going to help her out too. It's going to increase all those stats for her. So that is looking very, very good. Her combat skills. So first one, combat charge skill. Frostfall. Summon multiple icicles that launch at the target. If the target is frozen, the damage will be increased. I'm liking the sound of that one as well. The whole extra damage with frozen, that's going to come in handy in a minute when we discuss other things she's got to offer, and with the weapon of what that has to offer too. Because if you're running Snow and she's fully powered up with her sword as well, there's going to be a lot of freezing going on, so lots of extra damage coming from her. Her second skill, combat charge skill, Holy Frost, releases a whirlwind of ice and deals damage to nearby enemies. Chance to apply the frozen. So here's the first mention of that frozen ability. You do this Holy Frost move first, you freeze the enemy, then you can do the Frostfall move and deal even more damage with that one too. I'm thinking so far, but I haven't got to the bottom yet, I'm thinking her weakness is going to be SP. It's not really a big weakness because we can take in an absolute ton of SP potions. We can make them to our heart's content, but she is going to be relying on SP quite heavily, I feel, so you will be going through that quite a lot. Her last combat charge skill, Holy Crusader, slashes forward at a high speed. Snowflake can enhance the skill. This little snowflake wording here has confused me a little bit. I'm thinking maybe it means frozen because I've checked all of her passives. I've checked all the passives of her weapon that she can get as well, and there's no mention of the word snowflake. So I'm thinking, unless there's some sort of gear that I've missed, as in like some sort of wearable armor or a cape or boots, anything like that that's called snowflake, I'm assuming that means frozen. But if you know in the comments, do let me know. But I think we'll agree so far she's looking pretty damn good. Let's check out this Idol's gear. 5-star gear Crystal Snow, which it just synergizes perfectly with snow. It can freeze the enemy, and it can also increase the damage to frozen enemies, which just sounds ridiculous. If Snow can already deal extra damage to frozen enemies, and she has this sword equipped as well, which deals even more damage to frozen enemies, it doesn't matter that her passives are not selfish really at all, because she's making up for it with this. And the freezing element, I think if this was the PvP game and it was coming at you, this would really annoy me if I was getting frozen constantly. So the enemies, even though they cannot think, they are going to be annoyed, I'm sure of it. But let's just read what it all says. It's got the max attribute there, including the boost gained from Awakening. The attack stats can be 395. Very, very nice indeed. And its special effects: charged slash absolute 0, wills the sword to produce ice crystals, chance to apply frozen. Very nice. We've been speaking about frozen quite a lot, and I'm liking it more and more the more I hear it. Effect 1. Significantly increases water attack. That's the element of the sword, because of course, as the sword is attached to freezing enemies, it is a water attribute based weapon. So when thinking about transmuting and that sort of things, if you're not doing it now and waiting a bit further down the line like I am, waiting to see what actually becomes of transmuting, I'm not shooting too early, especially with these 5-star weapons. I'm just pulling back on them, waiting to see how it all works as the game unfolds. Planning to use water based things for it, this can really help this sort of weapon out. Effect 2. Boosts damage to frozen target. There it is again, frozen again. Increases damage dealt to frozen targets. So this is just going to be unreal. The actual combination between Snow and the Crystal Snow Sword is going to be, it's just insane, absolutely ridiculous. And for anyone summoning for her, really good luck, and I really do hope you get her with the sword at full power. She's going to treat you really well. I don't think I'm going to be able to summon. I don't really want to summon on units that if I can't pull them and their weapon at pity. I think I'm personally going to try and avoid that if possible. There's nothing worse than saving for a while, but you haven't quite reached pity, and then you cannot pull the unit. So that's not for me. If you do already have Jake, then possibly you don't need Snow. But it's entirely your choice. If you want Snow, summon to your heart's content. Go for it. As I mentioned, we also have a new Christmas Urgent Crusade coming, as it's saying. Dancing Devil of the Holy Eve emerged, the Wicked Snowman, as well as a second Christmas event, it looks like, called Dancing Devil of the Holy Eye Showdown, the Frenzied Frost Demon. There's going to be a week between these by the looks of it, so the second one's going to be coming out on the 28th and last until the 4th of January, and the first one is going to start on the 21st and also run to the 4th. So you've got 2 weeks for that one. I'm not 100% sure if the Frenzied Frost Demon, the second part, is going to be the same as the current Crusade, or if it's more going to be not an actual raid itself, but more of like a raid single boss. So it'll be nice to see how that plays out and how that unfolds, and what sort of items and gear we can get from this as well. It's saying we can get items from these 3 bosses here: the Wicked Snowman, the Frenzied Frost Demon, and the Gift Wrapped Mimic. Cool name, I like that one. But it's also got this bit at the bottom here where get Christmas exclusive items via the bulletin board. So I mentioned at the start of the video that the bulletin board is going to be updated for Christmas, and it looks like the rewards we're going to be getting are going to be Christmas themed as well. So let's have a little read of what this says here. Give the items you get in the battle to bulletin board. You can get many Christmas exclusive gear and furniture in return. So not only can we now get gear from this one, we're going to get furniture as well for our villagers. That's quite nice. I think that's the first time we've seen furniture from a shop or any sort of reward scheme so far. The rewards are Ice Teardrop and Frozen Teardrop, which increase the damage dealt to enemies in this mission. So in other words, with however you get these items, focus on getting these ones first, equip them to your units, and then go ham on the Crusade and deal extra damage. Which is what it said in number 3, but I hadn't got there first before I started saying it. Get them as soon as you can to dominate the battlefield. There are 15 Christmas decorative gears in total. That's quite a lot. 15's pretty decent. It'd be nice to see what they are actually. The actual outfit they've got in the picture there does look pretty decent. I'll be happy with that. I mean, to be honest, I just want some Christmas socks. I know it's meant to be a stocking. It's probably going to be some sort of furniture item, but I want my unit to wear some Christmas socks, please. And the last bit at the bottom here, it's saying that Snow and the Crystal Snow Sword make you more powerful in the event. Of course they are. I think it's going to be the running theme of the game. The current gacha banner is going to help you quite a bit in the current event or crusade, whatever it's going on, which is just, obviously, it's another way way to entice you into summon, but don't feel pressured to feel that you actually need to have these units to beat the Crusades. It is not mandatory at all, but it can just help you out, obviously, as I've mentioned. And the last bit I will touch on again is the new function Holy Tower. So if you haven't played a sort of gacha game that's had a sort of tower effect before, what it is obviously it's a tower, and from what I've played in the past, so games like Seven Deadly Sins, Grand Cross, the Sky RPG, the difficulty gets harder as you progress up the tower. So you beat level 1, level 2 it's a bit harder, but also they like to add gimmicks in, and the gimmicks can sometimes be quite tricky to overcome, but it's also actually a really fun part of the game. I usually love the tower sort of aspects of these games. It makes you become a bit more strategic. You can't just go in there and hammer away at the buttons. I mean, unless you're an absolute whale and have all the units overpowered, but it's actually just a really fun addition to the game, and no doubt each level will give you some rewards as well. Something I didn't really mention was the packs. I'll just touch this briefly. So there's a time limited Christmas pack, 400 diamonds paid. I won't be going anywhere near that. Personally, I don't tend to touch these sort of things. But then it's got this really weird limited only 50 packs for the whole server, refreshed at 3 time periods during the day. I don't really quite know why they've done that for. That's a bit odd for me, making you be on the game at certain times to try and be the first 50 to get these packs. Trying to make it very exclusive. I don't know if I like that one. I mean, I don't really tend to pay for diamonds anyway. If I've got some excess money in my Google Surveys account, I tend to buy some sort of in-game currency, but it's never really more than a couple of quid a month, if that. So for me, this is just a bit of an odd move. And the Christmas Lucky Pack, 39 diamonds paid, limited only, 50 packs for the whole server, refreshed every hour. Now, depending on what the deal is going to be, I imagine some people will be waiting in line quite eagerly to get these, especially this 39 diamonds one, if that's a really good offer, which you imagine it should be if it's limited to 50 packs an hour, but we'll see. We will see. But anyway, guys, there you have it. The Idol Snow, which we've met in the game anyway, and she seems like a really cool character, is coming to Global tomorrow on the 21st. After maintenance, you can summon for her. So knock yourselves out, and remember to watch out for bears. But that's all from me, guys. If you did enjoy the video, please do hit like, and if you aren't already, consider subscribing to the channel. That's all from me. I will see you again soon. Bye.